It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex
Corrupt
and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Camila. I recently matriculated at Elsis River High and I'm 18 years old.
I'm Kim Letitia Abrams. I'm 17 from Bishop Lavis and I matriculated at Elsis River High last year.
I'm Angelique Greenfield. I'm 18 years old and I matriculated last year.
I'm Jalen Vardenus. I'm 18 and I matriculated last year at Elsis River High. Honestly, for the first few months, I was struggling because you felt this pressure. You went from being this girl on school that had the grades, you had the people, you had the leadership capabilities, and now to go into the real world. When people see you, they see you as the person. They don't see the people that you were with. They don't see RCL. They don't see your marks. So it's like you need to go from having all of that representing you to representing yourself. So honestly, I had to change because on school it's like people knew your titles, they knew what you were capable of. In the real world, it's not like that. You need to be able to walk into a room and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm capable of. And you need to do it time and time and time and again, because there are going to be times when people are going to deny you. And you really can't be discouraged by that. And honestly, going from high school where everything was given to you and going into the real world where people actually can deny you, it doesn't matter how qualified you are or what you did in high school, it's tough because you are so used to everything being given to you, like I said. And now you're going out here and people's like, nope, no thank you, nope, no thank you. And for you that's in high school, people don't really tell you, like, prepare yourself to get denied, prepare yourself for people to reject you, prepare yourself to go into the tough world, regardless of who you were in high school, regardless of your motivation. Like at this point, motivation isn't anymore, I want to be a doctor. Motivation is like, I'm going to become a doctor regardless of all the setbacks that I'm going to have.
Since last year, you have this dream, like you're gonna do this next year, you're gonna be this next year. And say now, okay, it's an eye-opener, I'm done with school, everything, Now you just want to now like think back, okay, do I really want to do this? Like, and for me personally now, the person I was last year, I am not now. Like, say for example, I want to be this, I don't want to be that now, you know? Like this year, it's refreshing because I want to change who I want to be. And yeah, it's free. Like, I am who I want to be and I like that, you know?
Personally, I feel like you don't have enough time to figure out who you are and figure out what you want to do. So when you are eventually done with school, it's either you have to be pushed into something that you don't want to do. Maybe it's a career path, maybe it's studying, maybe you have to be working and stuff. But okay, like personally, my parents aren't pushing me and I'm thankful for that. But on like behalf of other children and stuff, like their parents are pushing them into things that like they don't want to do. So I just feel so underrated because people are just expecting you to make a decision and quickly, because what are you doing with your life?
I felt pressured. I felt like every decision that I'm going to take now is like going to be a vital decision because like the decisions that I'm going to make are so important and like everybody's looking up to me, my little brother, my whole family, they're watching me of what I'm going to do now with my life.
My dream is to go to UWC. But, you know, reality kicked in. So, like, I'm taking this time to, like, you know, absorb this reality. And yeah, I don't know, I can't explain. It's a lot of emotions going on. Applying to colleges, university. It's big people things. I can't do these things.
Coming out of high school and what it actually is, like the dream versus the reality, it's a way different story. It's a lot of pressure. People think because you have a bachelor's pass and distinctions that you're just going to walk into a university, that you're just going to walk into a job. And the world is actually not like that. And for me, it was hard to transition because you go from high school where people tell you what to do. You have rules, regulations, there's times for everything. You just go into this world where you need to decide what you're going to do, when you're going to do it. And it's like everything just goes from having people doing it for you to having to do it all on your own.
I didn't apply to a college, I didn't apply to a university and stuff. To me, last year moved so fast, like everything was just like, it was just going and it was like, it's never ending. And eventually you come to finals, and then it's like, okay, where you wanted to apply, it's closed now, and now what is your second option? What is your third option? Like, what are you gonna do next and stuff? So I really didn't get the time to like apply to universities and stuff, and it's difficult. Also, I feel like some of like for me as well, like I didn't have somebody to help me, to sit with me, to say, okay, I'm gonna help you set up your CV, I'm gonna help you apply, and I'm gonna like be like by your side, like wherever you're struggling. Like I didn't have a person like this. I feel like that also set me back like a huge step, because I was expecting someone to be there, because you've always had someone there to say, okay, no, come, we're gonna do this together and stuff. So now that you don't have anyone, now it's literally so all on you, that you don't know left, right, center, where to go first and stuff. So I didn't have the opportunity to apply or anything.
The first thing that I did, and I'm being honest, I did not check distinctions, marks, or anything. I checked, did I pass? Because that to me was the most important thing. Did I pass? Because most people don't know it, but I actually got very sick in my matric year. I got so sick mentally, emotionally, physically, that I was unable to complete my trials when we had to write trials. So obviously thinking about you couldn't complete trials, and luckily I got the opportunity to, go further with it. But like just thinking I couldn't do trials, what happens in finals? Because it's not that easy in finals. If you can't do it now, you need to do it next year. So when I obviously got sick, that was the time that I realized, like, now I need to change perspective, because I am breaking my brain literally, sleeping at 5 in the morning, waking up at 6 to get a certain type of mark that I want for myself, and that that everybody else is used to me getting, that the pressure on your shoulders becomes so much. And sometimes, no, the things that make you sick, it's not even you, it's everybody's expectations. Because like you said, everybody knew me as this person. So I constantly felt that I needed to live up to that person, to the point where that actually made me sick. And like for weeks, I did not show that I was suffering because I was not sleeping. I was not eating right because I was not sleeping. And I would study until 5 in the morning, wake up at 6, go to school, come home, sit with my books again, to the point where my own mother had to tell me, but this is not healthy. Like, this is not healthy, not for you or anyone. So when I got that page, for me, it was like, it's over, it's done. I did it. I did what I wanted to do. And I cried because I knew alone, and my family obviously, what I had to go through to get that page. Like I said, it's not as easy as going into an exam room and just sitting down and writing a few answers because you studied. You actually need to put all the work in if you want to get the work back out. Because if trials was test and I already got sick, what was going to happen to me in finals? And that just kept on going through my mind. And what made it worse was when we were busy getting our results, before, and I would tell people like, I'm so nervous. And then people would throw that saying like, Nima, just a slim meisie, try salad right. And for you, it's like, it doesn't matter how smart you are, there's still that possibility that you won't make it. And even if you get your pass, and there's still a possibility that you won't go further. So it was like, just once I actually wanted, besides my parents, when I could openly speak to my parents about my stuff, which I was very grateful for. But going out into the outside world and just having people telling you, I can't wait to see how many distinctions you're going to get. I can't wait to see how you're going to pass. And deep down inside, I suffered. Like I suffered, and I would just be good enough to pass because I really did suffer. So it was a lot of pressure.
In grade 12 especially, everybody, like every teen goes through this anxiety and like this depression, because like you have to do so much at one time. And like really, our Jalen said, pressure is the word that's going to continuously up. You're going to feel so under pressure by your family members, your friends, yourself, even sometimes, that because you just want to do good. And like a lot of children suffer from anxiety and depression, like myself included, and going through something that is putting so much more pressure on you when you already have this illness that is now depression, and stuff, it just makes things 10 times worse. Like your parents, your family, yourself as well, because going to school for so many years and then ending up failing, it's like, it's not the end of the world, honestly, but you're going to feel disappointed in yourself, because that's how I would have felt. If I would have felt so disappointed in myself, and I would have thought like, why couldn't I just make it through? Like I've been through much worse, apparently, and like why couldn't I just do this like for my grade 12 year and whatever. But like anxiety and depression is something that you can't control, and it's so it literally just feeds on you that you get so sick, honestly, because I went to the doctor as well and I was picking up weight even though I wasn't eating, and he told me it's because like it could be the stress levels and stuff, and especially because I'm in grade 12 and stuff. And I've heard like, and I have many friends that have suffered from illnesses in grade 12 because of the pressure that is so much. And I feel like it's really not supposed to be like that, because you're already anxious for grade 12. Now you still have anxiety, you have depression, you have this, you have that. And going into it, it's like, where do I go now? What do I do next? Like, you're so in the middle of everything. It's so confusing, and it can become so much that you literally just sit blank in the exam room because of overthinking, so that you don't know anything, and you know that you studied, you know that you put in the effort, but then you're just sitting there and you are so lost, because that is literally what it can do to you. Like, I've experienced it as well, and it's really not nice. So like, I feel like if I had children and they were in grade 12 and stuff, I literally wouldn't pressure them. I would just motivate them and try to help them do their best, because at the end of the day, you don't know how they're feeling sitting in that class, sitting in that exam room. You don't know what is going through their mind, how they feel, if they feel anxious, if they're scared, or what is happening. So yeah.
My mother's perspective was, she had this vision of me finishing matric and then like jumping into university without like knowing I'm gonna be rejected or accepted. You never know the possibilities. So I also thought like, okay, I'm gonna be accepted, because for me, I had a bachelor's pass, so like, why not get accepted? But now there's other people also, you know, it's way better also. I'm saying better, but like, you know, better. And how can I say? I'm taking a gap year wasn't my expectation, but it's gonna be a refreshing year, and hopefully by the end of this year, I'll know what I want. Without my mother's perspective, I can say I want this and I want that, and I can make the decision for myself. And yeah, like hopefully I'll for the last few months for this year, I will be by UNISA. Hopefully if they also accept me, that's also another thing, if they accept me or so. So if they accept me, I'll finish UNISA and then go on with what I want to do. But I'm still not sure what I want to do yet, because now this gap year is gonna take forever to like function like what I really wanna do. And yeah, like say for example, I want to do this module, or I don't want to do that, and it's gonna be difficult because now time, you're gonna wipe your eyes and it's again the next year. So it's gonna be too much pressure on you, because now you'll be like, okay, you sit down, I'm gonna do this year, but then you'll be like, no, I don't want to do that. You see? And then it's taking a lot of time also. So yeah, it's mostly nervous. Like, I'm gonna be nervous for this year. I don't know what to expect. Expect the unexpected. That's all I can say.
My dream, honestly, is to be an inspiration to my community, because as most people know, I don't come out of the best community. I want them to know that it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. It's what you want to become and where you want to go. My dream, honestly, is to be an inspiration to my community, because as most people know, I don't come out of the best community. I want them to know that it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. It's what you want to become and where you want to go.
I don't also like have a dream per se, but like, I personally want to speak to small children that is like suffering from problems and stuff, like trauma and everything. So that is my dream, basically.
My dream is also to like marketing and social media marketing, or like anything based on marketing.
Yeah, Z, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.